Christian Harris here for Hot Property Online. Thank you for tuning in. This week's show, a few topics. Meet our agent, Joe Busillo, one of the best brokers in Canada, also one of the good guys in this business. Second, we're going to look at our testimony from one of our VIP clients from the Corbo-Kellos Group. Third is the mortgage mailbag. Looking to buy investment property, I've got good down payment, I've got great credit, numbers work well with the rental income. Why am I being snubbed by my bank? So tune in, enjoy the show. Go Argos, go. Home opener tonight. Joe Busillo, one of the top mortgage brokers in Canada. I'm not saying that because he's a nice guy and because he's bigger than me. It's because, honestly, because he does a lot of business and he's not a top broker because of that. Stats-wise, yes, he's in the top 5% of the country as far as brokering. But I know you're probably the only guy who's ever closed a purchase at 7:15 at night. Is that true?
Yeah, it was after regular business hours for sure.
Yeah, that's no one else can do that anywhere. What's your best advice for a client, whether they're buying a condo or a house in today's market? What's your best advice to someone going into this crazy market? What do you tell your client to say, listen, I'm pre-approved, I'm looking to go. What advice do you give them? You've gone through it. What do you tell them? But you probably didn't go through it in this kind of a market that we're in today. What do you tell them?
Yeah, that's a tough question. We've seen a huge increase in property values just over the last few months, and a lot of people don't really know where the market is heading. I've lived in different countries and different urban centers around the world. I was lucky to live in Berlin and Cologne, Germany, and Manchester and Milan as well. The cost per square footage, I think, is still in Toronto. It's one of the best cities in the world. It's still a lot lower than the other places. If you're getting into the market, listen, it's like the old oak tree. Best time to plant the oak tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is today. Getting in the market today, if you're planning on living there and it's your owner-occupied home, then I think getting in as soon as you can with these low rates, eventually the equity will be built up there, and we've just seen a bit of a big kind of a spike in the last 6 months for sure.
Yeah. Well, Joe, thank you for being the second guest, not the first. Sorry, we had you in the top 5 for sure, but you did make second. But thank you for being the second guest on Ask the Agent. You're going to come back.
Hello, welcome. You're here today with Marlena Corbo and Steve Cadero. Steve is a proud purchaser of a new townhouse condo and, of course, part of the Monster Mortgage Corbo-Kellos VIP Program. We're here today to congratulate you on your purchase. Congratulations. And to also present to you your check. VIP check brought to you from Monster Mortgage and Corbo-Kellos as being part of the program. Steve, we just want to thank you and congratulate you and also ask if you have any experience that you want to share using both the Corbo-Kellos and Monster Mortgage.
Yes, working with Monster Mortgage was a pleasure. They're very easy to work with in person and through email. They answer your questions and they do your mortgage right. I'd also like to speak to working with Marlena. When we were looking for a place, we went through hundreds of places and she never complained once. She always responded to my emails and phone calls. We went through tons of listings, and I'd really like to thank her for her help in this.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Thanks again.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching Hot Property Online. We've had some great questions in our mortgage mailbag, and this week's no different. We got a call from someone who basically said, I'm trying to buy an investment property. I got 25% down, I got great credit, I got an existing tenant in there with a very fair rental income. Why am I having a problem with my bank? And it's very simple. You imagine when you're looking at investment property that you're going to use the monthly income, and you look at the monthly expenses and you decide whether it's a good deal or not. Maybe there's a surplus, maybe it's a break even, but you say, that's what I'm going to base my decision on. Now imagine taking that monthly rental income and cutting it in half. That's how the banks look at it. So if you were getting $2,000 a month, the bank's going to picture you getting $1,000 a month. They're going to add that $12,000 annually to your income, and then they're going to say, okay, can this person still afford to carry their existing mortgage, and then can they now afford to carry this new rental income. And that's a very tough way of looking at it, it's a very strict way of looking at it, but that's how the banks underwrite it. So it may make perfect sense to you on paper when you look at the market rents, and the rental market is very strong in the GTA. However, the banks, they're using 50% of that rental income. So before you go out and buy or put in a firm offer investment property, make sure you've done the numbers with your broker, because you don't want to be going from a bank rate to maybe a secondary lender at a much higher interest rate, because you need to make sure you know your numbers and know that you're going to qualify, okay? Thank you very much.
Okay, Italy, how far are they going to go in the Euro Cup 2016?
They're going right to the semifinals, and I'm embarrassed to say that I picked France and Germany to make the finals. Part of me wants to see them make it all the way to the finals and win it, but I don't know if they've got what it takes, even though they got off to a great start.
If Italy and Portugal played in the finals, do you think we would have a blank week in production?
I think production would actually go up, because the Portuguese agent would basically know that there'd be no chance for them, so they'd be working double overtime.
There you go, I like that answer.